Hey, I don't know where to look on these things. Like whether I should look at myself because I'm vain and I just, or if I should look at you guys and then I start looking cross-eyed and my eyes start doing funny things trying to focus in on this little tiny thing. Anyway, I'm going to turn the volume up and hopefully you all can hear me. So this video is about the lock takedown process. As you can see, I am no longer locked, but if you have gone through my videos before, you would have known that in December of 2009, 2008, something like that, 2008, I decided to get micro braids with my own hair or very small box braids with my own hair and decided to start my locks that way. And it was a fun ride for about 2 years. And in February of 2011, I got this itching to take them out. Let's see, what prompted me to take my locks out? Work It Out woman wanted to know. Well, what prompted me is I don't want to be moldy locks. So I have this fear. Maybe it's irrational, maybe it's not. But have you ever walked by, like had the unfortunate experience to walk by someone who has locks and you smell them before you see them? Like it smells like a wet mop. That's moldy locks. I did not want to be that person. And as my hair got longer, so I was approaching shoulder length, probably was at shoulder length. I didn't take any pictures. As my hair got longer, it got thicker and heavier, and it took longer to dry. As you can see, I have a hooded dryer behind me, but that was actually in New York, and I was in Indiana. Not very smart. So I was air drying my hair. I didn't have time to sit in the dryer for hours and hours and hours, so I would take like a microfiber towel to dry my hair as best as I could. Sometimes I would blow dry it a little bit and then try and let it air dry. Well, when it's winter time, that sucks because your hair freezes, okay? Then it like come inside and it starts melting. I don't know. Like it was a mess. So what really prompted me, I just got really, really tired of feeling like I was afraid for my hair. I started locks because I really wanted this freedom to do what I wanted to do, to not have to worry about detangling and doing all these things that you do when you have loose, nappy hair, right? And so at first it was great, but as my hair got longer and thicker, just the whole drying process started to take a while, and the back 2 rows of my hair were always wet, and that is not cool. So wet hair plus products, and yes, I was doing everything like Listerine washes. I used, what is it? Paul Mitchell products. I used clarifying things. I used ACV rinses. It didn't smell, but it was like, it didn't smell the way I wanted it to smell. I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't smell to anybody else. It didn't reek like a wet mop, but my hair started to change the scent, and I did not like that. I didn't want to be moldy locks. So I was like, okay. At first, I was just going to take down the bottom couple of rows, and then I just started playing in my hair and realized I miss my loose hair. So that kind of led into, well, okay, I'll keep going and see what happens. What else? Another reason why I took it down, again, like I said, I started locks for the freedom of it. And it started to feel like I wasn't so free. I mean, there were all these stipulations like, well, I shouldn't use beeswax and I shouldn't use this product because it'll cause buildup and it'll cause this and blah, 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 blah. And it just was like, I'm not a product junkie, but like, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. It was no longer fun for me. And I'm realizing now that, my hair has like a 2-year shelf life. So I cut off all my hair, became natural. There's a bug like flying in front of me. Became natural, and then, had loose hair for 2 years, and then I got locked and had locks for 2 years. I guess I'm going to have these for another 2 years, and I probably will start another set of locks. I don't know how I will start it, when I'll start it, but eventually I'll have locks again. So that's what prompted me to take it down. How long did it take? Work It Out woman also wanted to know. I really can't tell you because I started taking them down like February, and then I got into the thick of writing my dissertation. Actually, no, I'm lying. In February, I was collecting data for my dissertation, the last bits of it, and my schedule was ridiculous. It was to the point where I was in my research lab collecting data in the field for my additional project, and then I took on another research assignment in a totally different department and had to go like to different field sites to collect data. So by the time I got home in the evenings, all I wanted to do was sleep. The last thing I wanted to do was sit up and take out my locks. So I think I finally finished. Spring break was like mid-March, so I really did the bulk of it in a week, no lie. Like I had a couple of rows done first in the back, but it wasn't a big deal. I did the bulk of it in 1 week, not even a week, in 5 days. I was on spring break and I decided I was going to do nothing but that. So for 14 hours, every day for 5 days, I was picking out my hair. I started picking it out dry, and I started picking out wet. I had a spray bottle with conditioner and oil and water, and I wet my hair. And what I found out was that does not work for me. That may work for somebody else, but for my hair it didn't work, because what was happening was that my hair was curling. When my hair is wet, it curls. It does this funny little spiral thing, right? Well, unfortunately, that means it will also tangle. That's why my hair was so easy to lock. And as it got wet, it would just tangle up on itself, and it made the process even more difficult. So I actually decided to take them out dry like I would do regular braids. And that actually helped me to get through the process a little quicker. So again, 5 days, 14-hour days, spring break, where I had nothing else to do. I made sure I had like food that was already cooked, so all I had to do was go to the pan, put it in the microwave, and like eat. Yeah, I was serious. And the reason why I did it that way, I don't recommend you do this, but the reason why I did it that way is because I had a presentation that Monday when school started again. So it was this big crunch, and I went for it. Did I do it myself? I did. I did not go to a loctician. I've actually only been to Lisa. I think I've only met like 2 or 3 people in my hair since I was locked for over 2 years. So no. I also lived in Indiana. It was really hard to find people. They seem to be very unreliable. So, okay, these bugs are like, I don't know if it's the light or what, but these mosquitoes are just, they're bugging. Anyway, so that is my lock takedown process. I used a set of dental tools. So if you go to like Walgreens or CVS or something, and I forgot who I got this from on YouTube, but they suggested it and I tried it and it worked wonders. That pick, like the plaque pick and things like that. So I used those to take my locks out. And it really helps because I was using that rat tail comb that has the steel pick at the bottom, and holding that after so many hours, your hand starts to cramp and it really hurts. So what I did was use the dental picks, and they're like ergonomically shaped or something. They're a little wider, the handles, so I was better able to just pick it out. So I suggest if you're thinking about taking out your locks, maybe try that. See if there's a difference between taking it out wet or dry. And see if you can get a Netflix subscription, because that was my saving grace. I watched a lot of Netflix. I actually watched the entire series of Bones. Made a big dent in the Cosby Show. I'm pretty sure I almost finished the series of Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, I watched a lot of TV, so. That is the lock takedown process. If you have any more questions about hair or anything like that, about locks or loose hair or whatever, I don't know. Again, as always, go ahead and email me or send me a question in the comments below, or wherever YouTube decides to put the comments box from now on. All right, bye.